Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Joker's Wild. Uh, if you remember from our last episode, we wound up here on the fleet, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to choose what crew skills I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and just pick that up. Crafting trainers, accept mission. Group finder and war zones. I do not like PvP. I am very, very bad at it, so I never do the war zones. I get killed way too much and just get pissed off. So, and group finder. You know, normally I don't like doing group finder, but why not? We'll go ahead and do that today after I choose my trainers. I believe trainers are... Yeah, right here. Okay. So, let's see, what do I want to do? On some of my other characters, I already have Artifice. Let's see. Synth Weaving, meh. Cyber Tech, Arms Tech. You know, I don't usually go biochem, so we'll go ahead and try that. You chosen biochem. Yay! And learn a little bit. Let's see. Gathering skills. So bioanalysis and diplomacy I should go ahead and get. Now, this is the odd thing. You need two things in order to do any of these crafting. You need two of the other types of gathering skills, and yet they have handicapped anyone who is not a subscriber by only allowing you, I believe it's one extra mission trainer or gathering trainer if you don't subscribe. I think that's a little bit wrong-headed. I mean, it does mean that you have to probably do a little bit more trading with people, but to me it's just, or do multiple characters, but it seems a little bit wrong-headed to me. I don't know. So, let's see, what did we say? It was a bioanalysis for the gathering. So I'll go ahead and trade that. Yay! And diplomacy for the mission. Train. There we go. And this is the main reason that I went ahead and got, what's her name, Shay Vizsla. Because that means that now, when I go into crew skills, I can keep Vet as my companion and send Shay out on missions. Well, let's see what we can actually build right now. I don't know if I have anything that, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot that I can make, but knowing what I need to make will help me to figure out what I need to center on. Let's see. Dielectric cell grass. So, cell fiber, that's a biochemical. Green goo, also biochemical. And hyposyringe medical equipment. So, I believe you can actually get that one item from her. Let's see. What was it? The hyposyringe, grade 1 medical equipment. Well, instead of buying, much as I would love to do that, I think I will go ahead and just send her. An enemy spy recently revealed himself to extend an offer of cooperation provided the right terms are met. Send a companion to strong-arm the spy to your cause. Sounds like the perfect thing to send a Mandalorian on. Send.
Of course.
And because it would always be nice to have a second companion, I am actually going to pull something out of my collections. I'm going to get another extra companion. Treek. Oddly enough, a pretty badass little Ewok. When you actually walk around with him, or her rather. Sorry, Treek is a girl. When you walk around with her, she can do quite a bit of damage, or at least the first time that I used her, they still allowed you to change equipment, give them new weapons that would actually change their stats, and her stats were pretty boss, even with just the regular stuff. Then they changed it because I think it was that people were complaining that it cost so much to, wrong way. It costs so much to equip not only yourself and all your slots, but also a second person. I think people complained about it so much that they finally got rid of it for the companions. Galactic Stronghold. Oh, I should go ahead and get this. It's a nice, easy way to get some
figure on the
XP.
galactic stage.
Oh,
Powerful
I have some
figures
elves.
attract powerful
I'll
enemies.
check that in a moment.
Shield yourself from your enemies. Broaden your sphere of influence. Wield your prosperity as a weapon.
Also known as
Accomplish
just
all of
buy a
this
house.
and more with strongholds. Procure a location from across the galaxy to construct your new power base. Adorn your stronghold in stunning opulence. And immerse yourself in gratification as the seething resentment and abject fear of your adversaries wash over you. Be ever in service to the Empire. Show your worth. Brandish your power. Secure a stronghold now.
Alrighty then. And come on. There we go. Biochemical bonding agent. That is not what I needed. You know what? We will go ahead and go buy some of those things. Because we need them. Might as well buy some. Now,
Take a look. Everything you see is for sale.
not by name. We'll go by price. Because it is going to be a hypo-syringe cheap. So a little bit of a tip when you're buying things like this where you're going to be buying multiple. You can just right-click over and over and just keep doing it that way. But I find it easier. You just hit Shift and then right-click. Oh, no, sorry, not right-click. Left-click. And it will give you a thing where you can type in how many you want. Let's see, it's 10 per, so we'll go ahead and get 100. That should only cost 1,000. Hit split stack, and here's a stack of 100. As soon as you put it into your inventory, it deducts the amount. So now I have 100 of them. And I'm just gonna try to keep all of my stuff separate a little bit, so we're gonna move all the gifts down here, which I should check and see if any of these will actually help me with that. Ooh, a hut hit list, large influence gain. We'll go ahead and give that to her then. Ah! No, apparently I forgot what I was doing. I forgot that I was in. There we go. We'll get those back. We'll close that so I'm not actually selling. Open my inventory up and give that one to... Where is she? Where's Vet? Vet, where did you go, Vet? Seriously, where did she go? She is not even on my mini-map. Doesn't look like. There she is. Okay, that was weird. So, here you go, Vet.
Wow,
love it.
And here's another one.
Wow, I love it.
Yay! Gaining influence, making friends. Yay! Fun, fun, fun. And then I'll move that there. Here in a minute, I'm gonna go see if it'll even let me sell these on the cartel market, but the main market for selling here on here. I forget what it's called. But before any of that, we're gonna go get Treat. That way I can start sending more people on missions and start actually building stuff. I like to have at least 2 extra companions. That way I can go ahead and send one on missions while the other one builds, or if I run out of materials to build with, I can send them all on missions. Melora, in thanks. What you did for me, moving against Lord Renning was risky and took vision. Overseers beginning to talk, blah 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 blah. I sent you a tiny amount of credits. Yay. Fine, Vimrin the monster. Tino and I thought we could kill Vimrin, and you talked us down. We owe you our lives. Just watched him go toe to toe with 6 other acolytes. He toyed with them, laughed, blah 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 blah. We'll take the med packs and go. And Trimmel's retirement. I know about the late Overseer Trimmel. The acolytes whisper of his death at the hands of Darth Barris, but it was you who dealt the killing blow. Well done. Trimmel was not a true Sith, his bloodline muddied by slave breeding. But now that his tainted blood hardens in cold veins, I will see that his replacement is not so impure. I really do not like Averon. He smacks of ugh. But I'll get a credit box out of it, so that's nice. Now, first things first, take the credits. Now, yeah, we'll go get Shriek real quick. Caught on stuff way too often. You know what? Since it's right here, we'll go ahead and look at these. Let's see. Nar Shaddaa. Hey, look at all these. You can purchase. So I've already purchased it with a different character, so I can't really buy one. But these are the ones that I have so far. I've got Orji Lulmo's Stronghold on Coruscant. That character is actually a light side character. He's a Jedi. So I don't really want to go there. I don't want to take a chance on going to Coruscant. Nar Shaddaa, the one that I have on Nar Shaddaa, I have done nothing with. I have not put anything in there. Maybe I'll go there and show you a little bit about decorating and stuff in one of these episodes one of these days. But right now, we'll go to Venu Sintu's Galactic Stronghold. I've unlocked all the expansion areas and done... I've actually tricked this place out pretty good. Let's see, going here should do the mission, finish the mission for me. And load. And load. There we go. Ooh. Purdy. Ha ha ha. I am Sith. Fear me, all of you. Ha. And apparently after going out on the balcony, suddenly I just ran back to the elevator. So Here we have the reception room. Oh, purchase stronghold of this travel. Okay, so I got all this stuff, and oh, and leveled up. Nice. So go ahead and that was a mistake. Oh well. Now go ahead and just add all these to my inventory so that when I go into edit one of these places, I now have a bunch of extra stuff to put down. Oh, Vet wants to talk to me in a moment. Okay, we'll talk to her soon. Sorry about that. So this is actually the office that I created for the person who I originally was playing when I created this area. Okay. Then we have sort of the shop area and access to my storage. I actually have 2 different storages. 3 different. This one, the purple one, I can't really access because that's for Legacy. Oh, no. That's not Legacy. This one is... can't access it at all because I believe this is for guilds, and this character is not part of a guild. So, but this one is the Legacy Stronghold, and as you can see now, I've actually opened up several bays, have a bunch of stuff. Just random stuff. The last 3 bays I've set aside for pretty much just the crafting materials and stuff. And when I first set it up, I was trying to keep everything all nice and organized, and I realized organization doesn't really matter, so I just throw it all in there. Whether from your Legacy Stronghold or your main stronghold, like your ship's hold, you can access it to build stuff anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You can try and keep it all organized, but it doesn't matter. Over here, yes, we do have some of the gifts. Let's see if there's anything that would like. Nope. Ooh. I do have some weapons here. Not that I really need them. Primal Instructor. Yeah, some of these are pretty good. Do a lot more damage, but nah. Now, are these actually... No, they're not. They're not out of the cartel market. But... yeah. Anyway. So... And a lot of the stuff that I was going to do on the fleet, I can actually do here. Like this right here is actually the Galactic Trade Network kiosk. So instead of doing it on the fleet, I'll just do it here once I'm done with this. I even have several merchants. These 3 little so-and-sos are specific types. You actually can only trade certain types of things with them. I believe it's called certain type of scrap. What is it? Yeah, they take assorted droid parts. That's what this guy buys from you in exchange for all this stuff. It's a good way to get some of the materials for building things if you don't have the skill to get them. Yeah, like I was actually earlier on one of my characters trying to find these, and these are really rare. Anything purple is rare when you're trying to get stuff. And I just need to remember how I get the Jawa junk and all the scrap things. It's been a long while since I played this game, and so some of the things I've kind of forgotten, like how to get your hands on the scrap stuff. And then the prefab, decoration prefab, droids, it's for creating stuff for your bases, basically. But we'll go ahead and go over to Feluzia. She just straight up sells decorations. But I don't need to repair anything. I'm not buying anything, but the great thing is you can sell this kind of stuff to almost anyone. Ooh. That little training saber that shouldn't really be worth much is worth 2,000 because I have that crystal on it. So, nice little lesson. If you have some of those crystals that you can unlock from your collections, if you have a weapon, throw one of those crystals on it, you'll get more for your weapon. And we'll sell all of Fett's old stuff because she looks better with this stuff anyway. Okay. I honestly don't know if you can even buy or sell this stuff, but we'll try. Okay. So just to get an idea of the prices, so if you want to search so that you can figure out what prices are, instead of just typing in the name, you can go over to here, press Shift, I believe, and then left click, and it just adds whatever it is you're clicking on over here, and then you can search and see this. Oh, that one is bound, so I can't do anything with that anyway. Then let's just get rid of it. Because if an item is bound, you can't sell it on the... Well, huh. I did not realize those were bound. Yeah, you can't do anything with those. Well, in that case, I do not like these suits. I mean, they look kind of cool, I guess, but I don't like using them. So we'll just get rid of them. And I would put all this in storage, but I think I'm going to go ahead and hold on to it and go buy some stuff to try to augment it and armor it and all that good stuff. Try to just make it better so that it's better than what I'm wearing. Try to, anyway. Oh, I got new mail. Let's see what it has to say. Oh, you own a stronghold. And yay, I got the woman that I was just talking to a moment ago. Let's see, is there anything in here? Nope. I've only got 3 bays for my cargo hold. I can buy additional ones if I really wanted to, but I don't want to right now. Go ahead and close that. Add that to my collection so I can place it later. Okay. And now we're done playing with all that. Let's see what Vet wants.
So, hey, I've been thinking, maybe you want to take this shock collar off? You know, as a sign of thanks for my hard work on Korriban. Not that I don't enjoy the perpetual fear of electrocution.
Oh. Enjoy this. No, I'm not. I'm not going straight evil. So yeah.
You've earned it, Vet. It is not.
Vet greatly approves. Gee, I wonder why.
Now I feel stupid for not asking sooner. Don't worry. I'll try not to give you reason to slap that thing back on.
Next time you just die. Wow.
Neither the collar nor your slavery were my idea.
I hear you. Just another day in the life of the Empire, huh? Well, I'm not in prison or collared, and it's sort of miserable weather, so I guess we should... What happens now?
I mean, I'm still Sith, so I don't think I'm gonna try this as partners, so... But I am kind of her boss, so...
You will remain with me and help achieve my goals.
Fantastic. Glad you could open up. We'll have to talk again sometime.
I mean, I'm trying to go light side here, but I'm still a Sith. I mean... Okay, I'll show you around a little bit more here. So here's my garage with all of the machines and mounts that I have, including this big old ugly thing here. I think that's a bantha. I think. I'm not sure. And honestly, some of these, like, when you actually are on them, flying them, they make you look really stupid. I don't have any up here right now, but there's a couple that you literally just stand on the back of, and it looks ridiculous. Oh, look, Star Wars Chocobo. Extra storage for all the stuff to keep everything working. Weapon storage, including some rifles, even though neither I or my companions use rifles. And go all the way upstairs. And this, I just kind of term my computer center. It has all different kinds of computers and stuff. Over here is the sort of med bay. I like having this guy in my base because I can buy stuff. Not quite high level enough to actually use any of the stuff that he sells, but when I get higher level, it's nice to be able to buy the kind of stuff that I'll actually use, like this one. When I get to level 52, this one is actually pretty nice to use. Close that. 2 big old Colto tanks for when you get hurt. Just a little lounge area before you get into the bedrooms. And when I first designed this, the guy that I did it for, he's a bounty hunter type character. And hold on one moment. I'm going to go ahead and put in a pause. Sorry about that. Was actually receiving a phone call from my boss. So, anyway, so as I was saying, when I actually built this area, the guy that I was building it for, basically, he had several companions. And he was the kind of guy that would not give them anything but just a little bunk bed. So that's kind of how this place got designed. And then this one is more of a... I think this actually I might have built as his room, or... No, this was the for important clients type thing. For entertaining, sort of a guest room. And then... I ran out of stuff to put in his room, so I just made it sort of, you know, his bed looks out so he can view the city that he plans to rule one day while going to bed, and then just other random junk. I mean, he is a bounty hunter who works on his own weapons, so he would have, like, storage for all his weapon components, and he likes to drink, so of course he'd have some drinks. But yeah, that's just kind of how I designed this place. And then outside, when you go out there, there we go. When you go outside on the balcony, Kind of already saw this in that little part where you first show up, but yeah, there's a cute little statue, I guess. You know, that doesn't look terrifying at all. And I don't remember what this machine is supposed to be, but I think it has something to do with power. That big giant thing is basically supposed to be your own personal reactor, so you never have to worry about losing power. You can also, I think, I haven't unlocked it, but I think that you can unlock a basically a little ship to put there. Not the ship that you eventually get. That one is too big to actually land there, but like a little personal shuttle thing. Oh look, another one of those wonderful little statues. Yay. Creepy. And then we go back downstairs. And we're back at the entrance. Yes, I forgot these. I'm fairly certain that I got these particular carbonite statue things for doing a couple of special missions. You unlocked these decorations, and I got a couple of them, so makes sense that a bounty hunter would have, you know, some of those on his wall. Okay. Well, oh, I got another email. Let's go check the mail. Again. Oh, it's those droids. So take that. Take all those. And I don't bother ever deleting any of these because they automatically delete after 30 days anyway. So, and it's not like you have to worry about how much space. So, but we will go ahead and I believe I already have some prefab things here in the storage. Oh, here's some of that scrap stuff. So I can get some things if I absolutely need them. Huh. Victorious Pioneer. Yeah. Yeah, they're actually really badass if you look at how much armor they do. Like, these are really nice pieces. But I don't really have the cartel coins to try and get the rest of them. A lot of the when you go into the cartel market, a lot of those types of items like that you can really only get by going in. Let's see. They don't really have packs. We'll just go into all. So gold armor pack, silver armor pack, bronze. So a lot of those types of things you can only, or it used to be, you could only get by getting them out of packs. But now they've, on some of the more popular ones, it looks like they finally allowed you to actually just straight up buy the armor sets. But for me, I mean, it's always nice to, you know, do these, see what you can get. You know, you might get something really cool. And the great thing about doing these is if you get pieces for an armor set you already have, you can then go onto the Galactic Trade Network and sell those pieces, because a lot of those can go for decent credits, so you can make a little money off of it. Let's see. Do I have any of those already? Nope. Doesn't look like I have any of the prefabs. So I won't put it in the legacy one then. I will go ahead and put it in my hold. There we go. Now, what to do. looks like I'm pretty much done. And I did forget to one little thing when I went ahead and I just realized looking up here, the crafting trainers, after I chose the crafting trainer, I was supposed to still talk to him again in order to do that, and I didn't. So, return to Imperial Fleet. We'll go ahead and go take care of that real quick. Loading, 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 loading. Remember, heroic missions usually are repeatable daily. So once you get high enough level, you can go back and just farm those. It's one of the problems with the MMOs, the wait time for loading can sometimes be a drag. So, forget this, I'm not running. Oh, apparently since she wasn't with me when I transferred over, that didn't come with me. So, let's see, I did biochem. So I'll talk to her. There we go. Now I finished that. And once you get higher in levels and stuff, she'll actually sell new recipes for you to build stuff and all. Now we'll go get Treek. And if you accept, so real quick, I'll just let you know this. If you accept a lot of different missions, this can get kind of clogged up and take up a lot of space on your screen. If you actually want to still have the mission, but not have it take up so much room here, all you do is roll over any of these and just left click. It'll pull up this one, the log, and you can go in and right here, just unselect, and it won't show up here anymore. You'll still have the mission, but it just won't track it, and it won't show up here on your screen and take up room on your screen, if it really matters. I mean, to me, it's not that big of a distraction, so I just leave it up that way. As I'm going through and doing stuff, I can look up and, oh, I still need to do that. I need to do that. I need to do that. But I will go ahead and turn the introduction to Group Finder off, simply because I'm not going to do that yet. I will do that maybe next episode, but right now I'm not. So, throw up. This is something I didn't learn for a while. You can actually have your map up while moving, and it fades out a little bit, but you can still see just enough so that you know where to go. So go down to the Cartel Bazaar. Now, I do remember the getting the Jawa junk stuff. I remember I got it somewhere down here, and here's the same 3 characters. It's just, this is where they started, and then they did a version of them that you can put in your strongholds. But I don't remember where I actually got that stuff. I think there are missions that you can take down here that award you that stuff, but I just haven't done enough exploration here. Not in a while, anyway. Hey, MQ-12, where's my Treek?
A pleasure to greet you, my lord.
Of course it is.
MQ-12, liaison to the Ministry of War's Mercenary Recruitment Division. I find appropriate employment for talented freelance soldiers serving the Empire.
Bully for you.
Would you be interested in acquiring a combatant who achieved a perfect score on the Mechas Aggression Index?
That sounds... obedience trumps aggression. Let's see what that score means.
I've never heard of this aggression index before. Explain it.
The test measures an individual's psychological predisposition toward violence and effectiveness at channeling hostility during combat encounters. Perfect scores are exceedingly rare. The Science Bureau has classified this mercenary as a hopelessly primitive creature from an undeveloped outer rim system, but judged it as useful, nonetheless. It has previously served Imperial interests on Nar Shaddaa and displayed noteworthy commitment to our cause by eliminating a dozen resistance groups on Balmorra.
See, impressive. What drives it?
I wouldn't expect that kind of enthusiasm and devotion from a mercenary.
The Science Bureau performed a thorough psychological examination before releasing it. The subject rated highly for obedience, ambition, and excessive pride in his accomplishments. Judge for yourself.
Yeah, it sounded like that bot called treated him, but I think it was actually supposed to say it's, because they consider it a creature rather than a person. Out of my way, one side, move it, move it. Oh god, that hurt. You can serve me
Your
well.
attitude pleases me. But what will you do to fulfill that vision of my future?
You have an obstacle, I will remove it. You have an ally, I will protect it. You have an enemy, I will kill it. Strong arms, clear eyes. You provide epic battles. Together we become legends. You agree? Yes, I think you're useful.
Welcome to my crew, Treek. Your contract with me begins immediately. Ready?
I was born for this moment. We go! Huh. So I'm her chief now. Cool.
I am pleased you found my offering worthwhile, my lord.
Show me your enemies and I will show them death. Okay, so we'll take that. And now Treek is. However... Oh, that's not the one I want. Let's see. Companions and contacts. There we go. So we'll summon that. Actually. There we go. Now, what we will do now, once I figure out what we need. So we still do need to do the cell graphs. Got 100 of these hypo syringes. Green goo, biochemical, sample, and compound. So go in there, and one of these does samples, one does compounds. So we'll send Shay to get the samples.
Of course.
And go down to Treek to get the compounds. Yay. Okay. I'm going to look around just a little bit to see what has changed. Creature companion tamer. Scrap peddler companion customization vendor. Droid companion technician. I think these guys you can actually buy companions from, or well, not eligible for this conversation. Never mind. I know you can talk to him. Yeah, this is just customizations that cost Jawa junk. Same to you, bud. Not eligible. Okay. Fine then. Underworld exchange. Let's see. Yeah, these are all vendors. I was hoping to find someone that would give me a couple of missions or something. Scrap peddler. Legacy vendor. Here we go. Maybe that has something cool. Mercenary contract. Well, that mercenary contract is what I did to get Treek, so no. That is not a good one. Specialty goods, Gree, reputation, vendor. No. Bounty bro. Oh yeah, every once in a while they do events where you can actually take bounties, even if you're not a bounty hunter character. Got another email. Planetary conquests. Yeah. Oh, a gathering lockbox.
Simple.
Hey, we got that. On behalf of blah 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 blah. With each expansion of your stronghold, you'll be the better suited to contribute to conquest. Imperial victory will be that much more certain. Blah 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 blah. And hey, we got some of the green goo too. Now, move these down here. And these are little things that you can put in your strongholds to gather useful items from. And get a lore object to tell us, yay, appearance design. So you can actually change the way you look here, I think. Not that I want to, I'm actually happy with the way that my character looks. So we will go ahead and send them on runs again.
On it.
Early on, they actually, it takes a little while for you to build up to where it's not every 5 seconds, it seems. They come back from a mission, you have to send them on another mission. Takes a little bit of time, but it is worth it. Yeah. Okay. And then what else were we going to do while we're here on the... Oh yes, that's right. We'll go ahead and pull up vendors so we know where vendors are. And... no... Here we go, modification vendors. This is where I actually wanted to go to see if I can find anything to make those these items here better. Some of the modifications and stuff. So go straight through here. Looks like it's the fastest way. Get him a motorcycle. Well, whatever it is, hover cycle. There we go. And oh, this is my turn. Yeah, so actually, let me show you. So while I was in my map, you saw that I was able to... Unfortunately, you can't select more than one of these, but if you're looking for, say, a trainer, so you can train yourself up a little bit, you can do that. And it'll show you if there are any, where they are. Quick travel points, it'll show you where that is. If there are any resources around, it'll show you that. Click that, it'll show you where all the mailboxes are. Modification stations, which look like a little gun. Cargo hold access. I don't think there actually is on here a cargo hold access. Galactic market. Kiosk, which is odd because there should be some showing up here, but maybe I'm just not close enough. But yeah, so you can find certain things that you need by doing that. We'll accept and accept and oh, wrong button. Let's see, how many of those cell graphs can we make now? Only 2. You can actually, when you have someone building, actually, crafting, you can do up to 5 items in their queue. So I'd like to have at least enough to build 5 of them before we actually start building. Oh, we unlocked a new thing, but it got a hypo syringe, which we already have plenty of, so we'll just do these again.
Of course.
Every time that you actually do one of these missions, it ups your level in that, and you unlock certain things as that number gets higher. Change that to Treek, send, and there we go. And I am level 22, so we're going to see if there is a level 22 vendor. Yep, and there's a level 22 modification vendor.
I've got the best hardware
and they're
the
not even
best
that
prices.
expensive. So, there's a lot of these things, and they all do different things. You just have to highlight it and see what it adds. For instance, this particular one gives an item +6 to endurance, +6 to power, and +6 to a critical rating. That's a pretty good one. I don't do like, I'm one of those types of characters that just, at least in this game, this particular character, I walk in and kill stuff. So endurance is good because it'll keep me alive, and power is good. Critical rating is also good. That way, if I do get a critical hit, it does even more damage. So that adept is actually something that I might do. Barrage, not so much. The alacrity rating, unless they've changed things since last time I went through these, alacrity actually deals with long range attacks, and you know, that doesn't really do anything for me. Shield, I don't carry a shield, so the shield rating is kind of wasted on me. Absorption is also, that deals with shields, how much damage it can absorb and keep from hurting you. Discipline gives endurance, power. Efficient, 8-4. Endurance, shield, no. Endurance, accuracy. Accuracy is very specifically for long range. Endurance, power, alacrity, no. And barrels, resistive
Things
barrel.
didn't work out.
Well, darn you, Shay. Come on, Treek, where are you? Should take you just a second. Come on. Come on. Okay. There we go. And they both failed. Wow, that's unfortunate. We'll go ahead and send them on new missions real quick. But, ooh, we did, even though we failed, they still gained just enough that we undid this. So an abundant yield, so we can get more per mission. And that one was what? Tours and spies. I forget what that did. I think it was samples, so we'll try compounds then for Treek. Close those two. So we're going back to enhancements. Endurance, power, alacrity, no. Endurance, shield, defense, no. Endurance, accuracy, power. That one is endurance, absorption, no. So honestly, for my money, seems that yeah, the adept enhancement is probably going to be best. It's a good mix of endurance, power, and critical rating. So I think that's the one I'm going to get. Now, to find out how many we actually need, we'll go through here, and on each one, you just look, and it'll appear where it says item modifications. Armoring, mod, enhancement, and dye module. We're not going to worry about dye modules right now. Right now, we're only looking for armoring, mod, and enhancements, because that's what we can buy right now. So, enhancements, that's one. Let me get a pen here so I can keep track. Yeah, when you are trying to do this, I mean, you don't have to try to min-max stuff like this, but I mean, might as well. It only takes a few minutes to go through and find out just how many you need, and then buy them. So that's one enhancement for the shoes. This one also has an enhancement spot, so that's two. That one also has an enhancement spot. This one does not, so we're still only at 3 enhancements. Still only at 3 because the wrist guards don't have an enhancement. The helmet does, so now we're at 4. The chest guard also has one, so now we're at 5. And each of these weapons also have enhancements, so that's 6 and 7, so 7 enhancements we need. So we said we were going to get this, so we'll just shift. And unfortunately these, since these do not stack, you cannot do the whole shift click in order to buy multiples. You just have to count how many times you're doing it. Ooh. So every once in a while, when they do one of these missions, they'll complete it with extraordinary skill returned with a bonus reward. So we're only supposed to get 4 of these samples, but this time it did 6. So we'll accept. And he also returned with a bonus reward and got 4. So that's nice. Now we'll send them out again. And send her, and that one is samples, so send.
Easy.
And then compounds, Centrique, and there we go. So we will do, we said 7 enhancements, so just right click 1. Oh jeez, I really wish there was a way to, it's a confirmation to make sure you're not accidentally buying something, but it's just annoying when you're trying to buy multiples and doing it fast. You have to, because there is no way to say do not ask me again. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There we go. And now, since the next one in line is mods, we'll look and see what they are. So this one has mastery, endurance, and power. Now mastery is useful for anyone. It's not specific to certain types like alacrity or accuracy for long range. Mastery is, it means different things to different types of characters, but it's used by all of them. The better your mastery is, the better you are at fighting, no matter what type of fighting you're doing. So this one is actually a good mix, gives you boost to mastery, endurance, and power. But this one has a little bit more mastery and took away some from endurance and power. This one emphasizes endurance. So right now I'm actually looking at this one because it's more kind of overall. But let's see if there's any other mods that are decent. Warding mod. Defense, no. I don't really care about defense all that much, so we only have 6 mods to choose from, so we're going to go with the lethal mod. Just the regular one, not the A or the B, because, like I said, I like to be a little bit more well-rounded. So, that's the one we're going to get, but how many do we need now? So this one has 1 mod, so it's 2 mods, 3, 4,
You're going
5,
to like this.
6, 7, 8, and 9. So we actually need 9 of these. Fine, we'll take it. Oh, another bonus reward. That's nice. And he did not get a bonus. He only got the 2, but that's still good enough. So, we'll go ahead and buy the mods real quick, and then send them on missions and stuff. So that's 9 of them we said we needed. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There we go. And now the other one now is armoring, which the weapons are not going to have armoring slots at all, but they do have other slots. For instance, you see they have these have hilt ones. Guns will have a I believe it's barrel slot, and then pretty much any weapon has a color crystal slot. For guns, the bolt that it shoots out, it'll change that color. For lightsabers, obviously, changes the color of the lightsaber. And I can pull color crystals out of my collection, so we won't worry about that for right now. But we want, let's see, what do we want? We're doing the armoring now, so we need, that's 1, 2 armoring, 3 armoring, 4 armoring, 5 armoring, 6 armoring, and 7 armoring. So, let's see, resistive gives you mastery and endurance, and the only other one I think they have is versatile, yeah. So it's either versatile or resistive. Resistive gives you 11 mastery and 12 endurance. Versatile is the opposite, 12 and 10. So, I'm gonna go with 12 mastery to make it give us a little bit extra oomph on our attacks. So that's gonna be, we said 7 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And remember, this is only the way that I'm building the character. You can go through and get like one of each of these different enhancements and do it a completely different way. This is just the way that I've chosen to do mine. So yeah, you also see here, so we have the barrels and the hilts. So since I have 2 lightsabers I'm using, I'm going to need 2 hilts. Looks like we only have 2 types of hilts that I can buy. The resistive, which 11 mastery and 12 endurance, and the versatile, 12 mastery and 10 endurance. Well, realistically, for me, it makes more sense for the hilt to do more damage. So we're going to get these as well. So that's 2 of those that I need. And there. So now I've got everything that I now want in order to boost all this stuff up. But
Good hunting.
before I actually do any of that, we're going to start building. So those cell graphs, I now have enough to do 5 of them. So you just choose who you want to make it, which I chose Shay. And craft,
Of course.
craft, craft,
Not a problem.
craft.
On it.
And while we're doing that, we're actually going to send Treek to go find more compounds. And now, time to go ahead and put all the stuff on these. So it is Control and right click to modify. And this one has armoring, mod, and enhancement. So we're going to go ahead and throw on an enhancement. And to throw it on, you don't have to actually click and drag. You can, but you don't have to. You can just right click and it'll automatically add it to the correct space that it needs to go on. Yes, and yes, I do want to bond it, or bind it rather. So apply, and now my boots that I had are now way better than the ones that I have now. So we're going to go through and put everything on. Control the hands, do the enhancement, mod, armoring, apply. Enhancement, mod, and armoring, apply. Yeah, not everything is fighting all the time. Sometimes you have to get ready to fight. So we'll do a mod. So since this one does not actually have a space for an enhancement, and an armoring. And then when you do eventually get dye modules or something, you can add them here to change the color of your items. I usually only ever bother putting a dye module on my chest piece because you can match all the rest of your pieces to your chest piece. So unless you want to have, like, you know, multicolored all over the place, it's usually easier just to get one dye module and use it on your chest piece. So that was the belt. Oh, poor Treek. So, how many of those cell graphs do we have? Oh, dang, she finished all 5 of them already. Okay then. We'll send her for compounds.
Not a problem.
And Treek for samples. So we've already done the belt, now we'll do this. Wrist guards, some mod, and armoring, yes, apply, okay, and now the helmet, enhancement, mod, and armoring, apply, chest piece, enhancement, and when it does come to those dye modules, different colors are pretty hard to get. Like, honestly, it's a little bit strange that black, you'd think black should be easy to get because most Sith characters are going to want to go black because everybody loves Darth Vader, but it's actually one of the hardest ones to get. They're expensive when they do show up on the cartel market or the trade market. I don't know, it just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And then tuning, there are other items that you can get for tuning, but none of these vendors sell them. I think that's stuff that you have to either build or find out in the wild. Doesn't really matter right now. We'll go ahead and add those. And since I completely spaced on getting the color crystals earlier, show collected, and we're just going to go ahead and get 2 of the red ones. And we'll add that and apply, and now that weapon is pretty decent. Alright, and you see how it is before everything in red. This thing is much worse than what I already have in hand. Oh, this already has a color crystal on it. Cool. There we go. Yes, I want to. Yes, I want to bind it. Yes, I want to bind it. And apply. And now that weapon is much better than what I already have. Okay. Now, I'll just hold on to that to use later for something else. Maybe I'll add it into one of, what's her name's blasters. Won't actually give her a bonus to anything, but it'll mean she has red bolts. So we'll throw that on. That one on. I don't know, I kind of like that red. Maybe I'll find a red dye pack to put on there and make her more red. And that's the one problem with, since these can be either offhand or main hand, if I had just right-clicked to add it on, it would have switched it with the main hand one. So whenever you have 2 lightsabers, you always have to grab, drag, and put them in the places that you actually want. The same for these relic places, as well as implant places. whenever you just right click to add, it'll always put it on whichever one of these, the first space. So for those you have to actually open and drag and stuff. But I am now much better than I was. Yay. Now, nope, wrong button again.
You're going to like this.
Ooh, bonus reward, a bunch of extra stuff. How much can she make of those? She can make 4. Then there's these. So I'm going to figure out which of these packages I want, because once I figure out which type I want, the Adept, the Bastion, the Bulwark, Initiative, or Quick Savant, when I go to buy more of the actual crafting recipes or whatever, that's the only one I'll buy. Because if I'm only going to do Adept ones, why would I ever buy a Bulwark? You know. That gives Mastery, Endurance, Power, and Critical Rating, everything that I want. Bastion, Shield and Defense, nope. Bulwark, Absorption and Defense, nope. Initiative, Accuracy and Power, nah. Quick Savant, Power, Alacrity, no. So Adept is where I'm going to go. So I'll need to send people to go get those supplies right now. I'm going to... How many... This is an implant, and I believe I have 2 implant spaces. Yep, 2 implant spaces. But the great thing about these is, once you actually build them, you can then, in your inventory, go up here to reverse engineer it, and anything that you have built, you can reverse engineer, but if you notice, it does say in red there, no research available. If you can research it to try to make a better version of it, it'll say research chance or new schematic chance or whatever it is, 60% or 40%, whatever the percentage is. And if you reverse engineer that, then there's a chance that you'll actually get a new schematic for an even better item. That's basically the same, just the stats are bumped up a little bit, and it takes a few extra items to actually create it. But right now, since I need at the very least 2, and I only have enough of these cell graphs to make 1, we'll go ahead and have Shay make 4 more.
On it.
And Centrique. Try to get which ones do we actually need more of, Treek? We need green goo, which is a compound, so we'll send him to go get compounds. There. And yes, I have spent a lot of credits. I went from over 20 to just over 10. But I think it's worth it for getting all the mods that I got, and because I will be able to build stuff that I can then sell on the Galactic Trade Network and get more credits back. You can completely just ignore all the crafting stuff and just just play the game, but I actually like doing that. It adds a little aspect to the game that I enjoy, but you don't have to. So now we'll go to Drummond Koss, which will just... And I think once we get to Drummond Koss, the set of missions that we'll do there, I believe we'll get... I think by the end of it, I'll actually wind up with my own personal ship. Pretty sure that's the... Oh! Missed my turn again. So, Drummond Koss departures. And so I have an option. I can go into here and take the shuttle, like it actually tells me to. Or, if I go over here and talk to this guy, there's a flashpoint that I can do that'll get me to the same place, but I can get extra stuff while doing it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the episode now. And then when we get back for the next episode, we will do that flashpoint. That will just be the entire episode. And then the one after that, we'll go to Drummond Koss and see about trying to get me a ship. So, everybody have a nice day, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to keep up to date, just click that bell so you can be notified of new episodes. Head on over to Facebook and Twitter, like and follow. Links to all that in the description stuff down below. Thank you for watching.